Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. So here we will start the placement training class on data structure. So basically, we'll discuss here in this class on the programming concept of data structure. How we'll write the program in data structure. We'll discuss on this. Now see, to write the data structure programming, it requires you have already learned the data structure in your previous class, in your courses in BTech course, and also the C programming also you have learned. So we'll discuss on the programming concept on this. So first thing, we have to understand what is data structure. So we can tell that data structure is a way to store and organize data in a computer so that it can be used efficiently. What does it mean? How to organize the data? See, every data we are dealing with means whatever the data we are dealing, whatever the data we are using uh, writing any, while using any software or while developing any software. So those data, if we can't write, if you can store the data in the memory of the computer in an organized way, will not able to use or able to retrieve those data when required efficiently. That means it will take time while retrieving that data, while using that data. So in every company, when we are going, we are applying for any company of IT, it requires a good knowledge of data structure, or it requires a good knowledge of programming of data structure. So see, in data structure, see here in this screen, let us consider that the world without data structure. That means here in this slide, you can see a room totally messed up of items, completely filled up the items with which are messed up, that is not organized. Now, if you are asked to find or bring an item from this room, it will be really difficult to find that item. Maybe if you are asked to bring the bottle of a medicine from this room, so to find that item from this room, it will be a very difficult task. So now if we arrange the data, or if you arrange the item in the room in an organized way, then it will be easier to retrieve that data or retrieve the needed item. That means if you are asked to bring the sellotape from this room, that it will be easier to find it out. Okay. Again, if we see some words here, are some of the words are written where the characters are jumbled up. We can't understand what is the word written here. So if these words are organized, or the characters are organized, then it will be easier to find out what are the words you are using here. Now, why it is important to know the data structure for upcoming placement drives? Whatever the placement drives you are going to sit specifically for IT and CS companies, means all IT companies, here the data structure is very important. So in online also will get some questions, many questions from data structure, and in coding also will get questions from data structure, and also in the interview part you will get different questions from data structure. See, because all the IT companies are dealing with the data, and unless these data are organized, the performance of the software they are developing will deteriorate. The performance will not be good. So here you can see it is given that all algorithms primarily deal with data, and the way data is organized affects the performance of the algorithm. So whatever software we will try to build, we will try to develop, that requires an algorithm, and every algorithm, when they are dealing with the data, if those data are not organized, the performance of that algorithm or the performance of that software will not be good. Again, the efficiency of an algorithm depends on the data structure used. So how first we can retrieve the data, it depends on the efficiency on the data, how it is stored, how it is organized, how structured the data is. But here, before starting this data structure class, and or you can tell discussing on the programming concept of the data structure, first I will try to understand, or I will try to give you a brief knowledge, or you can tell I will try to brush up your knowledge of C. The most important thing, the important part from C, because see here will be in your course also you have done the data structure programming through C only. So we'll try to understand which are the important points, which are the important topics of C for data structure, which topics are very important for writing a data structure programming. The first thing for writing a data structure program, the first important part of C is pointer. So you have to understand pointer very clearly. You will have a C class separately, but here in my class also I will discuss some parts of pointer or memory allocation, so that it will be easier to understand the data structure programming. And through that program I will ask you some question also, so that I can understand how much in depth or how much I have to give in C, so that it will become easy for you to understand the data structure program. Okay, so today first we will discuss some program. I will give you some program, and I will ask you the output, what will be the output of that program, and all the programs will be on pointer and memory allocation. So you will give the answer of those program in chat, so that I can understand how we'll discuss the programming concepts. So now I will start giving some programs on pointer and memory. Okay, so let me share one program. Now here one program you can see in the screen, that is you have to tell the output of this program. In the program we have two parts. One is main, another is the function f. This function f is called through main function. So now in the main function it is declared that integer c comma star b, that means we have declared a c variable of integer type, then pointer of an integer variable b, and double pointer of an integer type a. Now c is equals to 4, b is equals to ampersand c, and a is equals to ampersand b. Printf percentage d comma f, calling the function, passing the value c, b, and a. So what will be the output? First tell me the output, then I will discuss on the program. try to give the output in the chat box. Then I will start discussing on this program and the knowledge of pointers also. I will try to discuss through this program. So give your output in chat box. In the function part, the parameter we have integer x, integer of pointer py, integer of double pointer ppz, and within the function we have declared two variable of integer type y and z. Now double star ppz plus equals to 1 semicolon z equals to double star ppz star py plus equals to 2 and y is equals to star py, then x plus equals to 3, return x plus y plus z. So what will be the output? Yes, I've got some answers. 18, 18, 19. Any more answer? You have to try the programs, whichever programs I will give here. You have to try. Unless you try, I will not able to understand how far you are understanding and how far you have the concept of C programming. 21. Unless I understand.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sir, actually, sir, do we know the value of the pointer? Sir, how come we know the value of the pointer? Like b equals to ampersand c.
B
So
equals to ampersand C. That C,
yes,
C is equals to 4, it is mentioned, and B is equals to ampersand C means B is storing the address of C. Okay.
yes, sir. So we don't know that, sir. So how will we be calculating that?
Okay, that thing I will discuss, but without knowing that also you will be able to give the answer. I will discuss this thing. Okay, so now I will start with discussion on this. So before that, I will tell the Abhishek Kumar Singh. Good, you have given the correct answer. The answer will be 19. But how? How the result is 19? To discuss on this, how the result we are getting is 19. Here I have shown a table structure which will basically describing the memory structure on which memory we are working when we are running a program or executing a program. Whatever memory we are using, that memory structure I have tried to show you in this table. So here in this table you can see the memory structure is there, and in the main program first we have declared first line of the program. Here it is written int C comma star B comma double star A. That means first a C variable is declared. When a C variable is declared, when a variable is declared while executing a program, that means a block of memory is allocated for this variable, for this integer variable C. So let us see. Let us consider that C, the memory allocated for C is 1000. The base address of this C will become 1000. So 1000 memory is allocated. We are considering that 1000 memory is allocated for C, and the variable B is declared. So let us consider that B the memory allocated for B is at 1018 location. For the B pointer, integer type pointer B, the memory allocated is 1018. Another variable A, which is a double pointer, is declared, and let us consider that the address or the memory allocated at this, the base address of the memory allocated is 1009. Now in the next line, it is told that C is equals to 4. That means this 4 is stored at C. C means at the memory location C, the memory allocated for C is 1000 memory location. That means this 4 is stored at 1000 location. So let us see that 4 is stored at 1000 location. Now it is told that B is equals to ampersand C. That means B will store the address of C. What is the address of C? What is the base address of C? That is 1000. So B will store 1000, the address of C. That means this 1000 will be stored at 1018 memory location, which is basically denoted as B. That is the address of B. So at B, 1000 is stored. Again, A is equals to ampersand of B. That means A will store the address of B. What is the address of B? When memory is allocated for B, it is allocated at 1018 location. That means this 1018 will be stored at A. So A, the address of A is 1009. So at this memory location 1009, 1018 is stored. Okay, so now in the main program, whatever 3 variables is declared, in the 3 variables in that memory location, whatever the value is required, that value is stored. In C, that is at 1000 location, 4 is stored. At B, that is at 1018 location, the address of C, that is 1000, is stored. And at A, at 1009 location, the address of B, that is 1018, is stored at A, that is 1009 location. Now we are calling the function f. So in the when we are calling the function f, the parameter we have passed is c comma b comma a, and this parameter is received by the function f at int x. In the function we have declared the parameter argument we are giving, that int x comma int star y is py comma int double star ppz. So that means c will give the parameter value to x, b will pass the parameter value to the parameter py, and a will pass the value to ppz. Now see, x is declared. So again, another variable int x for function f is declared. Let us take it is declared at 1014 location. So at 1014 location, the value passed from the main, that is the value stored at C, that is 4, is passed to x. That means the value 4 is stored at x at 1014 location. Now again, py, star of py is declared. So it will also allocate a memory. That is that memory, let us consider that 1025. At 1025 py is declared, and at py we are storing the value stored at b. So value stored at b is 1000. That value is passed to py. So py is storing the memory address 1000. Again, similarly, ppz is declared. Again at ppz, the value stored at a is passed, and its value stored at a is what? 1018, and 1018 is stored at ppz. Okay, so this 3 variables again we have declared for this pointer function f. Again, in this function it is told that double star ppz plus equals to 1. Double star PPZ plus equals to 1. What does it mean? Double star PPZ is equals to double star PPZ plus 1. Okay. Now, what is the value of PPZ? What is the value stored at PPZ? PPZ, we can see at PPZ the value stored is 1018, the address location. So 1018 is stored at PPZ. Now it is told that star of PPZ. Star of PPZ means value at the address 1018. That means at 1018 location, what is the value stored? So at 1018 location, the value stored is 1000. Now double star PPZ, that means value stored at the address 1000. So what is the value stored at the address 1000? That is 4. So this 4 is basically double star PPZ. So double star PPZ is equals to 4. Now in the next statement you can see basically the double star PPZ plus equals to 1. That means double star PPZ is equals to double star PPZ plus 1. So double star PPZ is equals to 4 we have got plus 1, that is 5. So this 5 is stored at double star PPZ. So double star PPZ basically indicating to the location of 1000. So this 5 will be stored at 1000 location. Okay, 1000 location. And again this 5 again it is stored in the next, it is stored that Z is equals to double star PPZ.
Why is it stored at 1000 location, the 5 one?
As it is stored told that double star PPZ plus equals to 1, which means double star PPZ is equals to double star PPZ plus 1. So that means yes, double star PPZ means what? One, basically it is 1000 location. So at 1000 location we are storing the sum of address of double star PPZ plus 1. So this 5 is this 5 will be stored at that location. And again this 5 is basically also stored at Z, because in the next statement is told the Z equals to double star PPZ. So another variable Z is declared and there 5 is stored. Now in the next line, star of PY plus equals to 2. Again, what does it mean? Star of PY is equals to star of PY plus 2. That means star of PY plus 2, that value will be again stored at star of PY. That means that will be the previous value will be replaced by the sum of means adding 2. So here again PY is storing the address 1000. So star of PY means the value stored at 1000 location. Now what is the value stored at 1000 location? That is 5. Okay, so this 5 plus 2, that is 7. Again this 7 is storing at PY, star of PY, because it is told that star of PY plus equals to 2, which means star of PY is equals to star of PY plus 2. So this value again will be stored, this value we have retrieved, and again this value 7 will be stored at 1000 location again, and again it is also stored at Y location. So here from here we can tell we have got the value stored at Z is 5 and value stored at Y is 7. Now comes the third line, x plus equals to 3, which means x equals to x plus 3. What is the value stored at x? That is 4. So value stored at x is 4 plus 3, that is 7. So this 7 is equals to, means this 7 is stored at x again. So x, this value will be again updated to 7. So now we have got x equals to 7, y is equals to 7, and z equals to 5. So x plus y plus z is equals to 7 plus 7 plus 5 is equals to 19. Okay. So how the result we have got 19? Is it clear? If you have any question, you can ask. See, this concept of memory location or the pointer is very much required for data structure programming. When we will write the defined data structure program, it will be very much required for that. So, is it clear?
Sir, can you explain the PY one?
Which one?
The PY. How did PY come out to be 5?
Star
you
of
explain
PY plus 2. This one.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, sir. PY.
Huh.
How did PY turn out to be 5? Can you explain that?
Star of py, what was the previous values? Means py means what? What does py stores? Py stores
PY
the address 1000 location. Okay, so star of py means the value stored at 1000 location. So this 1000 location, value stored at 1000 location at that time, it was 5. So that means star of py is equals to 5. So here in this program, it is written star of py plus equals to 2. That means star of py is equals to star of py plus 2. Here now the present value of star of py is 5. So 5 plus 2 is 7. So this 7 is again stored at star of py. Star of py means which location? That is 1000 location. So the value at 1000 location from 5, it will become 7. Now Kamogno, how is C becoming 5? That is C. Okay. So 1000 location at the first line we have seen double star ppz plus equals to 1. ppz is storing first the address 1018. So star of ppz means value stored at 1000 location. What is the value stored at 1000 location? Sorry, 1018 location. So what is the value stored at 1018 location? That is 1000. Here we can see at 1018 location 1000. That is also address. So double star of ppz means the value stored at 1000 location. So at the beginning, what was the value stored at 1000 location? That was 4. So here 4 plus 1, double star ppz plus 1. That is 4 plus 1, that is 5. 5 is stored at, again, as double star ppz plus equals to 1. That means the value, the calculated value will again stored at double star ppz. So it becomes 5. Okay, clear?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in line number 6, it is written x plus equals to 3. So, sir, at this time the value at x is already the value for x has already become 7. Sir,
Yeah.
why isn't we are taking it 4 plus 3? Why aren't we taking 7 plus 3?
No, when it is becoming 7, after executing that
Sir,
line only. Huh?
No, sir. Before that, sir, at pointer 1000, at the address 1000, it has already become 7. So
No.
why are we taking 4?
No, let me start. Go back to the first. See.
Okay, sir.
Here, see. ppz. when we are entering in the function, there we have declared three variables. One is integer x, another integer means in as an argument when it is given. That means it also declared a variable. So integer x, integer star py, integer star ppz. So what does integer x store for? As it is passing the value from C. What is the value stored at C? 4. So that means x will also
Yes,
store
sir.
4, right? So next, again, after this, for this line, star double star of ppz plus 1 plus equals to 1, we are updating this value, means it is becoming 5. Double star ppz plus equals to 1 means 4 plus 1, that is 5. We are updating this value 5 at double star ppz location. What is the double star ppz location? ppz is storing the address 1018 and double star of 1018 means this one is 1018 location. There we are having the address 1000. That means 1000 location is called as double star ppz. So at this 1000 location, this 5 is updated. Again in the next line, for py, we are getting double star of py. Which address it is stored at py? Py is storing the address 1000. So at 1000 location, the value stored at 1000 location plus 2 is stored at 1000 location only. So what is the value stored at 1000 location? 5. So 5 plus 2, that is 7. So this 7 will be again stored at 1000 location. So again, the value stored at 1000 location will be updated to 7. So we have got the value stored at z equals to 5 and y equals to 7, and value stored at c or 1000 location, that is 7, and value stored at x is 4. Still now the value stored at x is 4. Now x plus equals to 3 is equals x plus equals to 3, which what does it mean? X equals to x plus 3. X is having a value 4 now. This 4 plus 3 is equals to 7. This 7 again will be stored. We have got this value from x location 4, and this 7 will be stored at x. So this will be updated to 7. I have not shown this in this PPT. So this value at x will be 7. So we have got x value 7, y value 7, z value 5. So the sum of this x plus y plus z equals to 19. Now clear? So is it clear to all? If you have any problem, you can ask.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm asking. So every time, do we have to need to draw this table and write the address of various?
No. That is.
Is there an internet method to just go to the what will be the output?
Yes. In your memory, you have to understand this, and in your memory, how the data is stored. You have to just clearly. You have to have the concept of that. So to make you understand this, I have drawn this table.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so it is clear. So next, can I move to the next program?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the next program is what will be the output of this program, where in the main we have declared int I is equals to 258. Int star p is equals to ampersand I, printf %d comma %d, then star of char star p comma star of char star p plus 1. So what will be the output of this program? Here, one thing I will tell you that here beside p, before p we have written that char star. What does it mean? See, p we have declared a variable, pointer type variable of integer type.
typecasting. We are typecasting it.
Yeah.
So typecasting.
We are typecasting it. That means from integer pointer, we are converting the p pointer to a character pointer. So now what will be the output of this program? Write in chat. $258, $259. One answer I've got. Any other answer? For answering this question, memory allocation, how the memory allocated? You must have the concept of that. Next, how a pointer variable, how a compiler understands that through a pointer where how much amount of data, how much memory location we have to retrieve. See, for a pointer, basically pointer is storing the base address of any variable. Base address of any variable. So how we'll understand that? One answer I've got 2, 3, another is 2, 1. Any more answer? Okay, Abhishek Raj, good. The answer is correct. That is Abhishek Kumar Singh also. Answer is correct, 2, 1. So this output will be 2, 1. Now, how we'll get this output? 2, 1. Why the result is 2, 1? See, first we have to know how any data is stored in the memory. How? Any type of data. Maybe it's a character type data, it's a integer type data, float data, any data is stored in the memory in the form of binary. In a binary value, it is stored. So first we have to know what is the binary value of 258. So binary value of 258 is first 701, then 6010. That is the 8-bit. Here we are considering the integer variable requires 2 bytes of memory. We know that for every data type, it requires a particular memory space. For character 1 byte, for integer 2 byte, depending on the compiler or the operating system, 4 bytes also. But here we will consider it as a 2 byte only. For the sake of the program or sake of understanding this plus, we are considering a 2 byte. So 2 bytes memory is required for an integer variable. So here 258 is 701 and 6010. Now in the program, int I is equals to 258, int star p is equals to ampersand I. Now how we'll get? Let us consider that how it is stored in the memory. For I, when I is declared, 2 bytes of memory is allocated. For I, let us consider that 1000 and 1001 location is allocated for variable I. Another variable of pointer type is declared, that is declared at 1029 location. Then it is told that P is equals to ampersand I. P is equals to ampersand I. What does it mean? P is an integer type pointer. It will store the address, that is the base address of I. What is the base address of I? That is 1000. So 1000 is stored at 1029. Why did you break it into 1000 and 1001 location? See, as I told that, Tamogno asked this question. As I told that, for integer type variable, it requires 2 bytes of memory. Here in this memory map, we have considered that each location has 1 byte. So 1000 is 1 byte, 1001 is another byte. So continuous this 1000 and 1001 location, this 2 memory byte is required for y, as it is requires 2 bytes of memory. So 2 bytes is allocated 1000 and 1000 location, 1001 location. So in this 1000 and 1001 location, 258 is stored within this 2 bytes of memory. We are storing to 258. So now this, see which question previously I told that we have to understand why, how the compiler will understand whether the P is having an address, only the base address. But by seeing this base address, how the compiler will understand we have to retrieve 2 bytes of data or 1 byte of data. Maybe if P is storing a character variable, address of a character variable, that means it will retrieve 1 byte of data only. Now in this program, P is storing address of an integer type variable. So if P will have to retrieve 2 bytes of data to print, if you write a statement printf %d comma star of P, then what will be the output? 258. So this 258 is stored in 2 byte of data. Instead of that, if it retrieve only 1 byte of data, it will not get the correct answer. So how this compiler will understand? This compiler understand by saying what is the data type of the pointer. If the data type of the pointer is integer, that means this compiler will retrieve 2 bytes from the address stored in the P location. That means P will retrieve 1000 and 1001 location. When P is declared as a character pointer, the compiler will retrieve 1 byte of memory location. The value stored at 1 byte. So in the program, we have typecasted P by char star. That means we have converted P to a character pointer. Now, what does compiler will understand? It will understand to retrieve 1 byte of data from the memory. That is which address P is storing? 1000. So it will retrieve the data from 1000 location only. So again, in the next part we have written char star P plus 1. That means it will move to the 1001 location and it will retrieve data from that 1001 location. As it is a character pointer, we are converting or typecasting it to a character type. Okay. So now if we understand that how the value is stored in this I location, in these 2 bytes of memory. So to understand this, first, what is the binary value of 258? 701 6010.
6010.
Yeah. So that means 2 bytes, that is for 16 bit. We have written this 16 bit means 2 byte of memory. So this 2 byte, how it is stored in the memory? Here 6010 in 1 byte, another 7010 is another byte. Now at which location? This 6010 is stored at 1000 location and 701 is stored at 1001 location. Okay. So this value, now at 1000 location we have got 6010 is stored. So now what is the decimal value of this? The decimal value of this is 2. That means basically when it is stored in memory, 2 is stored in the memory location 1000 and in the memory location 1001, 1 is stored. The decimal value 1 is stored. So this is the output of the program. The output we'll get in the program is 2, 1. Okay.
Sir, why isn't it 1, 2?
Yeah, this is a good question. Here, see, as you have learned in operating system, also the operating system works in stack manner. So whenever the data is stored, the binary value of 258 is 601, then 701, then 6010. So the last byte in stack, how does it works? Stack system, the last byte will be stored first. So the last byte of this 258 is having 6010. This value will be stored at 1000 location. And second byte, the next byte from stack, when we will pop the first byte will get at 1000 location is stored. Then again we will pop the second byte, that is 701, that will be stored at 1001 location. Okay. So is it clear to all the how we are getting the output of this program as 2,1?
The 6010 will be stored first in 1000 and the 701 will then be stored in 1001.
Yeah, because every operating system works in stack, but using the stack data structure. While storing any value, first what is the value of binary value of 258? That is 701, 1 byte. Then in the next byte it will be in 6010. So if we use stack, first it will retrieve the top element, first top byte. So topmost byte is storing 6010. This byte it will pop up and it will store in the memory location. Okay, this concept is coming from the operating system. In the operating system, how the operating system works. You had your class on operating system also, no? You have done operating system?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Then now for this, otherwise I have to go to the operating system concept. So now for this, you understand that it works in stack. That means the last part will be stored first. Okay.
And sir, here the care study is used for what?
Huh?
Care study is used to do what?
Which studies?
Care star, care star.
Cat star. Cat star is for typecasting. As p pointer, we have declared as the integer type pointer. Okay. So this integer pointer we are converting to a character type pointer. Typecasting the p pointer from integer pointer to a character type pointer. Okay. As we have converted this p pointer to a character type pointer, so when we are writing star of cat star p, so first p is converted to a character type pointer, then star of p means the value stored at p, and the stored at the address of the value stored at the address of p. So in this p is storing the 1000 location. So as it is a character pointer, it will try to retrieve the value at from 1 byte only, that is from 1000 location only.
Okay, sir.
Okay, clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I think time has already passed. So I will give you some questions, means a link now. There you will get 4 questions. You have to answer those 4 questions, and from these questions only you will get your attendance. You have to answer those questions. I will give you 5 minutes of time to answer those questions. Okay. So start answering these questions, and this is considered as the attendance of the class also.
Sir, it says it's no longer accepting.
Oh, okay. Wait. I've not started that. Now start.
Sir, can we leave?
Yes, if you are finished, you can leave.